So far, we've only been talking about equations that have one variable. So just like your bell work had, was it 2x equals 4? You only had an x. I may have had x's on both sides of the equal sign, but I still just had an x. I didn't have an x and a y, or an a and a b, right? It always just had one variable. What we're starting to talk about today are equations that have two variables. So they will have an x and a y, or an a and a b, okay? So the first thing up there, if you look at those vocabulary words, your first vocabulary word is solution. Okay, now solutions to an equation in one variable. So the solutions to the equations so far are numbers, right? Whenever you solved your equation, you just got a number. You got 2 or 1/2 or -3. You got a number. A solution to an equation with two variables are ordered pairs. You guys know what ordered pairs are? Remember, if you have 1, 2, that's an ordered pair. You can plot that point on a graph. If I gave you the ordered pair 1, 2, could you tell me what x is?
No.
X is 1. What is y? Y is 2. An ordered pair comes in the form x, y. So your first number is x, the second number is y. Yes? So if it, or different letters. So let's say you're solving an equation, you're asked to put your equation or your answers into an ordered pair, but your letters were a and b. It'll go a, b. If it was m and n, m will come first, n will come next. It goes alphabetical order every single time. Okay? Okay, so the first and only thing we're going to do today is decide whether an ordered pair is a solution to the equation. So I've got 3 of these for you. Okay, so the first one. I have this equation. I had 7x minus 2y equals 0. I want to know, is 0, 0 a solution?
No.
Yes.
In your bell work, we plugged 2 in for x, and we decided, please stop. And we decided if it worked or not. This time, I just have 2 things I'm going to plug in. So my equation was 7x minus 2y equals 0. What am I going to plug in for x? 0, because my ordered pair tells me that x is 0. So instead of x, I'm going to write 0. What am I going to write instead of y? A 0, and I'm checking. When I figure out what that is, does that equal 0? It does. So 0, 0 is a solution. Yes?
But I thought x can't equal y.
X can equal y.
Really?
Yep.
Should it be x then? Both x's?
Nope, because x doesn't always have to be 0.
This is the same thing.
You're gonna-
If they're both the same number, shouldn't they be the same variable?
Nope. X and y are completely different numbers. They can be the same number, but they're not always going to be the same number. They can be, but they're not always going to be. So if we say x, x, it's not going to work because they're not always the same thing. Okay? All right. Next one, let's check, is -1, 2 a solution? So remember, we're plugging it into 7x minus 2y equals 0.
You're recording. You're recording.
All right, what am I going to plug in for x?
She's starting over right now.
What am I going to plug in for x?
1. Negative.
-1. What do I plug in for y?
2.
2. And I'm checking. Does that equal 0? No, because 7 times -1 gives me -7. And -7 minus 4 gives me a -11. And we all know that -11 does not equal 0. So no, -1, 2 is not a solution. Yes. Your answer is no. That's all you're doing today is you're saying yes or no.
You got 50-50 chance.
Okay, last one. I want you guys to tell me, is -1... Nope, sorry, we already did that one.
-2.
I want you to tell me, is 2, 7 a solution? I want you guys to take a second, figure out a 2, 7 is a solution. Okay, so what did you guys come up with? Is it a solution or is it not? Yes, it is. When you plug 2 in for x and 7 in for y, you end up with 0 equals 0. So yes, it is a solution.